Divine Child.
Divine Child.
High school sports, so still a lot of fun. Wrestling started last week, practice.
Oh, no, I mean, the one we're talking about.
Oh.
I thought we just, we
No,
go,
seven.
well, it would be 7 too. The 6 is not the one.
Mm-hmm.
And I get tested.
6 is 1, and then I think 4 is actually 2. All right, I'd like to call to order the Village of Middleville Village Council meeting for November 25th. Could I please have a roll call?
Kevin Smith,
Here.
Robert Bishop,
Here.
Tracy Gillespie, Richard Hamilton,
Here.
John Osterban,
Here.
Mackenzie Peters.
The mics are not working tonight, by the way, the microphones, so.
It's not even in the box. We do still have YouTube though, so.
So we gotta behave ourselves.
Mhm.
Okay. I'd like to make a motion to excuse the various missing members.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Bishop. Have a second?
Sorry. Yeah, go ahead, Jeff.
All right, I have a motion with support to excuse trustee Gillespie and President Pro Tem Peters. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? Motion carries. All right, could you please stand and do the pledge of allegiance? I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the agenda. Support.
Motion with support. Any discussion? All right, all those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? Motion carries. Moving on to the consent agenda.
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
make a motion to approve the consent agenda. Approval of the minutes of the regular meeting of November 12th, 2025, and approval of the bills as of November 19th, 2025 for $157,329.35. Support.
We have a motion with support. Any discussion?
Can't.
That's fine. And you've been waiting all night for that. You pounced. Roll call, please.
Have it.
Robert Bishop,
Aye.
Tracy Gillespie, Richard Hamilton,
Aye.
Mackenzie Peters, John Osterban,
Aye.
Kevin Smith.
Aye. Motion carries. We have public comment, limited 3 minutes per speaker. Anyone care to join? Moving on. Reserve time. Brandon, welcome.
Well, it's nice to be here. Good evening. All right, we got a curveball thrown at us by the MDOT TAP grant coordinator, Julie. I don't know why it's only brought to the attention of the tribes at this point, but we're hung up on tribal notification. We had a section 106 State Historic Preservation SHPO. People don't like to call it SHPO anymore. I guess they call it section 106. But we had that approval from, I believe it was 2 years ago, and that has been part of our application from the very beginning. So it's curveball, it's hung up. The trust fund, I think they were on the verge of awarding that to us, but without MDOT's money in, they're delaying it. So we'll reapply if we need to. We're still hoping for a Hail Mary, that MDOT can get this done in a really quick to get it, but if not, it'll have to wait. MDOT will wait till after the tribes agree it. I can't believe they won it. As I pointed out in the email, are they not aware that that's been a railroad since probably at least 100 years, longer, I suspect, and then it's been a trail since 99. So, you know, it's very disappointing. I know I've been here all year, so optimistic, and then just last month, they hit us, Julie hit us with this tribal notification hang-up. So, but we're always planning on a 2027 construction. So I'm optimistic that things will move quickly and we'll be able to maintain that schedule. All right, so that's that. Main Street parking is gonna be part of Railroad Street, as I had mentioned before. Railroad Street, we're putting the final touches, there's a bit of a beautification on that too, and getting the revised and the most recent opinion of cost estimate over to the village. And I know we initially were hoping to bid that here in November, we're running out of time, but we're hoping it's just a matter of a couple of weeks before we'll get that bid in December, get some good bids for the holidays, and then have that constructed next year. Irving Road Phase 1 looks fantastic. So we had the walkthrough. Georgetown has the punch list. Georgetown's working on Phase 2. They've got crews up there, so that'll get addressed. But I just drove it at night. There's no water ponding anywhere. I mean, it looks great. The restoration looks great. So that's one of the better jobs I've seen. Mid Villa, the lift station was running under temporary, or I want to call it temporary power, but it is temporary power. But they had the VFDs and they had a proper system in there. When I was last there, they were hooking up the generator, getting the control panel going. So I'll follow up, I'm not sure if that's all running yet, but I don't believe it is. So they haven't done an official startup either.
Yeah, I've kind of kept my hands out of it because we're not taking responsibility for it anyway, so.
Right. All right, so at the wastewater treatment plant, all seems well. I talk to George periodically. So that seems good. The water supply expansion, we'll send Eagle the test well inspection request package tomorrow. So we'll get moving on that, and then they will do their due diligence on the site. And the DPW building addition, we'll get a draft plan submitted next week, as I told JD. And I met with JD a couple weeks ago, I believe it was, where we laid out, conference room, a couple different offices, expanded break room, or relocated break room, expanded locker room, bathroom, those type of things. We'll look at it, what a basement would cost to for additional storage. All right, that's my prepared report. Any questions? Yes, Richard.
Any news on McDonald's?
I've seen the plans, right, as far as I know, the service, the water's there for them, the sanitary sewer's there for them. I believe it's gonna be a go.
I think they're looking at March.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, they've been asking about stubs for water and sewer, so.
Yep, that's all on the back, so if they don't have the plans, we've got them.
Okay, I didn't know if we had the plans or not, so I told them to get a hold of the contractor.
Yep, Oatman will have them too, or the developer, but as long as it's close to the as-built plans, I believe it is, we've got those, you should have those anyway, or we just wait until we get the as-built from them.
Yep, sounds good.
So, there's a McDonald's going indoor too, another area where I do some engineering work, so they're spreading all over.
Still.
Still, right?
Point of clarity for the lift station, we're keeping our hands out of it until it's done, but then once it's done, then we approve it and then we assume responsibility. At least that's what I understood.
When I read the contract, you're not
Not
assuming
for the-
responsibility.
Not forever? Really?
Not unless we feel we need to.
I got you.
We've got the option to take it over if we need to, but
That they're managing it.
they're managing it.
Very good.
Right, and that's why it's built to our standards, even though it's a little bit of an oddball, it's kind of a combined oval, precast concrete structure. The valve vault's kind of right on top of it, so it's not a separate round precast wet well, and then like an 8 foot deep separate valve vault, they gotta combine it in one, but it's top of the line. I would say
Shocker.
it is, it is top of the line.
Snake
Has
doesn't
its
go
own
in heaven.
generator right there, if you do have to take it over, you'll be taking over a good one.
Perfect, yeah, well, perfect.
Yeah.
Add it to the list.
Wow, it's
Speaking of MDOT, any news on potential light there at the exit street?
I don't have any information on the potential light there, I apologize for that, I'm not sure if that's being run through Berry County Road Department or.
Be a 5-year plan.
Yeah, they haven't indicated anything yet, so they did do the study on, Main and, 37 and said we don't need a left light there now, so we did get that information.
Is MDOT doing that, or the state
MDOT
police do
did
that?
that.
I know that the state police do speed
Yeah.
studies, I know that, I know that's tied up, that's backed up too, because another community I work for, they're waiting on one,
Yeah,
and there's one person in the state police that does that. And the person is a little overworked.
job security.
Right.
Perfect. Thanks, Brandon. Appreciate
Thank
you.
you.
man.
I'm gonna stick around. So.
I don't see any petitions or communications unless you'd like to correct me, correct?
I would.
Come on up.
Okay.
All right, so moving on, we are going to be entering into a public hearing. Guess when I hit the gavel,
You let him talk first.
I'm gonna let Craig talk first.
Yep.
Yep, so what you have in front of you is the draft budget for the 2026 fiscal year. Is a balanced budget built out of the capital improvement plan first and recommendations from council during our both of our budget workshops presented for you. Roughly $9 million, just $9.1 million total budget for 2026 plan, including everything that you recommend. Any questions?
No, I'm in support of this budget when the time comes.
Okay,
All right,
now you can open the public hearing.
we will now be going into public hearing.
Ask for any public comment to or, for or against. if like.
Any public comment for or against, Mr. Baldry?
I've studied my copy quite well. I'm for.
My only commentary on it is I went backwards to,
You do yours after the
oh,
public
then
hearing.
never mind. All right.
If your turn's
This
coming,
is what happens when I don't have an agenda.
I'm sorry. It says council discussion, you're getting there.
So now if there's no more public, then you can close the public.
Can we
hearing.
close?
Yep.
All right. You want to object? All right. Closing public session. We're back.
Now you can-
Now,
You guys talk.
my only commentary is going backwards to look forwards. I always felt like that was a good, because of the incremental increases that we've had over the years based on our population growth and so on and so forth. Good conversation. I think as we move forward with this particular budget, I would propose that we have discussions regarding long-term savings. We talked about additional projects that may or may not get state funding or federal funding, and it would be nice to have an account or a fund that we can dedicate to building up a sum of money so that we can execute on specific projects as they come up down the line. I think that would have been that's my only insight on the budget, other than what we discussed already. Outside of that, open for discussion. Do you have any other concerns? It doesn't sound like anybody wants to talk about that. So, perfect. Well done.
All right.
Is this going to be moved forward for adoption, or do we do it now?
We move forward for adoption at the December meeting.
Perfect. All right, great. All right, moving on. Mr. Powers isn't here for his report. I'm assuming that we're gonna move on down to JD then for,
Craig
So,
can do his report.
yeah.
you want to do his report?
Yeah.
Oh,
If you want to
great.
skip me, that's fine.
Keep on, keep on.
You're the president.
No.
So, yeah, got my report in front of you. Hopefully, if there are any questions, you'll let me know, but nothing too substantial to it. We do have the ribbon cutting December 3rd at 2:00 if anybody's interested in being there. I know it's a little bit tight for working schedules, but The Mulligans who donated $15,000 towards that are gonna be able to be there at that time, so we felt like
That's huge.
that was important, so.
I'm gonna see what I can do to be there. I have a tight schedule coming up, but, certainly worth it.
I did a comment with you is that on my laptop, is there some training we're supposed to be doing from Cape Port where that?
The security
Yes,
training.
so they are setting, some, yes, if you could do that periodically, maybe, once a week, or whatever, if you have time to do that. But yeah, from time to time, log in and, do some cyber awareness training and cybersecurity training.
Because actually I even got one saying Google had on that suspicious activity,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't get a chance to,
Yeah,
I didn't respond to it.
Yep, just, if you see something that's suspicious, just delete it. That's the best way to do it. All right.
Moving on. All right, Mr. Powers, the report, did you want me to cover this or summarize it? Did anybody have questions about it in the
Yeah,
packet?
if you have any questions, just reach out to Doug directly, or if I can answer them, I could be happy to help.
JD, let's hear what you got to say, sir. Thanks for coming tonight.
Not a problem. As was said, Irving Road Phase 1 is completed, everything looks good. Phase 2 is underway, right now the reservoir is drained. They should be pressure testing the new main going up there right now. We'll be doing the tie-ins for the new main, hopefully early December. We're hoping to get that done before Christmas time. If not, I'm gonna push it until after Christmas, because we don't wanna deal with that during Christmas time, so.
Right.
Stated, I'm working on a maintenance master plan. It'll be a long-term, kind of a heads up for council as to kind of what we're gonna be looking at doing over the next year or two. Other than that, leaf pickup, Christmas decorations, and gearing up for the lovely snow that's coming. So, any questions on anything?
Hi, Judy, I had a question. I received a letter from you about the lead.
Yep.
And I've never received one like this.
So what that is, so what we have to do is we have to send out letters to known and unknown service lines. So if, I'm gonna guess you probably got one that says yours is unknown.
Yeah.
So what that is everything that was done has not been verified. So if it hasn't been verified whether it is lead or galvanized previously connected to lead, I have to list it as unknown. So until we verify what it is, I have to continue to send those letters out. So I do have a plan for verifications that will be happening here soon. We'll see how the ground, if it freezes really hard or not, but we'll be slowly nipping away at that to get all that figured out.
So you are still in process of verification?
Yeah, so we have to continue until everything is known and everyone that is considered lead is replaced. So I think 2040, I think is what we have as a
I
deadline.
mean, the whole, at least for my house, is that it seemed like I got picked every year to do the testing.
Right, and-
There's never been.
And we're working on that too. Eagle wants us to continue to test. So right now, our biggest thing is we're looking at houses with copper that could contain lead solder. So anything before 1988, we still have to test. So.
So in terms of, since that test never has come back with lead, my wife runs a daycare,
Right.
so we had to get the filter for that
Mhm.
underneath for any drinking water for the kids.
Right. Yeah, unfortunately, Eagle is gonna continue to make us test, and we have to have 40 houses on our site plan. So we gotta try to find 40 and test 20 every 3 years. And our test cycle starts next year,
Okay.
so.
If I can chime in real quick, the village received a drinking water asset management plan, DWAM grant, and so we literally checked 128, I believe it was, with a 90% or 100, basically 100% grant. So I think you have that information, right? So you have those, and so that kind of gave us a clue in what blocks to look at and things like that too, to kind of spread that around, so.
And per Eagle, because it's considered unknown, I still have to send a letter out to get compliant, so. It's one of those better safe than sorry kind of deals.
Does that mean that those houses just are getting informed every year, or that they're on the upcoming?
Right now,
They're in the imminent of getting checked?
they are gonna get checked. They will get that letter every year until I rule that property.
Got it.
So until we hit that address, they're gonna get a letter, and then once they hit that address and rule it out, then the letters will stop.
Got it, okay.
And you have a schedule on where you're gonna hit?
Yeah, we're working on that right now. I've got kind of an idea, so.
Our Railroad Street project should take care of a few.
That'll take care of two.
All right, only two.
All two of them.
A lot of them are probably gonna be non-lead, but like I said, they fall within that timeline of when they were built and materials. Like I said, it's one of those safe and sorry, so Eagle doesn't handle us on it, so. Cause we all know how friendly Eagle can be sometimes.
But I don't believe there's ever been a lead exceedance test anywhere in the village.
No, I don't think Littleville's really had any pure lead service lines anyways. Everything's galvanized, previously connected, and a lot of mains have been replaced. So we're just at that, whether they have basically galvanized from their curb stop to the house is pretty much where we're at anymore, so. But it's still considered a lead line per the language, so. All this information is on the Eagle website if anybody is curious. Good luck navigating the website.
Looking forward to your maintenance plan. That is huge.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that effort. That's, there's never a small expense.
No, and like I said in my report, we're reactive, and I'd really like to get proactive instead of reactive.
I love that. Bless you. All right, anything else? Thanks for coming.
No problem.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for the phase 2 reporting.
All right. Third quarter report.
It's there for you, if you have any questions, for me on that. We're looking, really good for the third quarter, collected, most of the taxes except for the folks that, decided not to pay yet, but, how it goes, we'll get it eventually, so, collected 90% so far, and, yeah. But everything else is aligning very well compared to what we projected.
And I appreciate the revenues by fund. That very nice.
Good.
I like pictures.
I'll let Norma know you appreciate that and you like that.
Yeah, I'm sure that was extra work
That's okay.
to some degree, but I love it.
Yep.
All right, moving on. Unfinished business. None. 2026 meeting schedule.
Really nothing to explain other than you do have to approve that meeting schedule. The planning commission, DDA, LDFA, and the ZBA, not counting the ZBA. The rest of those have all given their general consensus to it. You will see a couple of them on there. Your December, again, will be the third Tuesday so that we can pay bills and not have to meet at Christmas. And you will see a couple under planning commission and DDA that will have to move to Wednesdays due to elections. If any other elections come up, we will have to reschedule. And then there are a couple other changes for any of you that do show up at LDFA or ZBA meetings. The LDFA, we juggled that a little bit because the July meeting was really difficult for people. Also pushed that out to 5:30. So you still meet quarterly, just not in July. And ZBA is going to meet at 6:30, and they only have one scheduled meeting because ZBA is if you have an appeal. So we were scheduling that July meeting and then usually canceling it. So they'll have the one in January and then an as needed after that.
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
I'll make a motion to approve the 2026 meeting schedule for the village council of Millville
And everything else.
and everything. All the above.
All right, we have a motion with a second. Any further discussion regarding the schedule? I think we can just do a voice vote on this one, Jamie. All right, all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Set in stone.
Now I'll get it published.
All right, moving on to the website update.
Okay, we had the gentleman that owns Pixelvine in to help us do some training because we've got some new people in the office and some of us have never been trained on how to use the website. We're just training each other. When Sean came in, he did let us know that there is a requirement to be ADA compliant on websites coming up. There is time on that. I don't think it's till 2027. But we had also said, hey, our website, we'd like it to be a little friendlier, finds things a little bit easier. His suggestion is to do all of that at the same time, make us ADA compliant and overhaul our website, get us in to do the ADA compliance before he gets really busy kind of thing. And then there also is, they can monitor to make sure everything we are putting on there stays ADA compliant. In the process of that, we talked to him about the blitzes where we let people know important things. We can actually do those on our website. His suggestion was really promote our website more. We can put a pop-up on it that says something, and then we could, our suggestion is we go that route with him and then do the email blitz training with him, and then we can do email blitzes ourselves. We would not be paying anyone monthly for that. So the suggestion at this point is to approve the quote from Pixelvine to do our upgrade, our ADA compliant. That's $3,975. Our monthly monitoring would increase by $125. It's currently $85. So the $85 for our regular, they support us, $125 for the ADA compliance. None of this would happen until after January, by the way, he doesn't have time. And then for Pixelvine to also set us up and train us on email campaigns, that's $1,420. And then there would be no cost after that because we would be able to do it. In that quote, it does show you we would be limited to, depending on how many people are on there, we can send out 1,000 emails a month. If we have 500 people, that's 2 emails a month. We should be fine. We're not exactly sure how we want to use that. Are we going to send one out at the beginning of the month, so these are our meetings this month, or just wait for things? We don't know, but we want to have a way to communicate with the residents. And we see this as a better option than the monthly one that we brought to you a couple minutes ago.
And what's the date on that quote?
They're in there, I don't know. He knows we're meeting
Well,
tonight.
Just the general date.
He actually just did them in the last couple weeks, couple days, and they're good. His quotes are good through, I think they're only like a week or 15 days, but he knows we're meeting tonight and we will give him some kind of information tomorrow. It's not gonna change the quote because he can't do the work till January. They're still good.
I'd like to make a motion.
He's a really good guy to work with, by the way. We came in here for like a half-hour training. He spent an hour and a half with us.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the Pixelvine quotation for the office software,
Well,
communication software.
you got, I guess
Where
there's
are you?
2 different ones on there.
Yeah.
So one is to upgrade, become ADA compliant, and then increase our monthly monitoring. The other one is to do the email campaign.
We can do both. We just,
You could if
one
you want.
motion, right?
Yeah, that's what I
I
wanted
didn't,
to
yeah, I
do.
just want to know, yeah,
I'll read it back.
okay.
Okay, good.
Or, Mr. Ham, I'm sorry.
I'll support it.
But you see, I promise to read it back. We have a motion with a second to approve the quote from Pixelvine to upgrade and make it ADA compliant. The website at a cost of $39.75, an increase in monthly monitoring for $125 per month, as well as a $1,420 charge for Pixelvine to set up and train on our MailChimp email campaign.
That's just what I wanted to say. Thank
I
you.
knew it. I read your mind. Rhonda, could I please have a roll call, please?
Teresa Gillespie, Richard Hamilton,
Aye.
Mackenzie Peters, John Osterbond,
Aye.
Robert Bishop,
Aye.
Kevin Smith.
Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you.
And thanks, Sean. He's a good dude.
That's a good guy.
All right. Looks like you have one more, or,
Basically, I'm just pinch hitting for Doug because he's not here. So there was the openings to the planning commission. Mr. Meacham put in his application along with Mr. Baldry. And through discussion and interview process, things like that, it was determined that he would be a good fit for the ZBA to fill a term that's been vacant for a little bit. So if you so choose, you would appoint him to the ZBA to fill a term expiring April 30th of 2028.
I'll make a motion to approve the appointment of William Meacham to the zoning board of appeals to fill a term expiring April 30th, 2028.
Support.
motion with a second, any discussion?
This is not relevant to this, but
Then we can't talk about
okay, we won't. But I'm gonna discuss it anyway.
it. You,
We have
by all means.
we have a vacancy on the planning commission. Okay. Over and above the one we have right now.
Yeah.
And I just wonder when we're gonna, how's that coming?
We don't have any applications.
Okay.
Yeah, no applications. We need to hit the pavement. See if we can find some people.
Gotcha.
I'll never shut you down. Ever, Mr. Ham, ever. Thank you for that.
Just gotta be able to turn me on.
Thank God we don't have microphones tonight.
Well, we have YouTube, so.
You just told us that, now we have microphones.
I think we have-
You have YouTube, and you're on microphone on YouTube.
I have a-
I'm saying.
Okay, onward, Mr.
This will be on our outtakes. We just need a,
Yep,
voice vote, right?
correct.
Let's get past this as quickly as possible. We have a motion with support to approve the appointment of William Meacham to the zoning board of appeals to fill a term expiring April 30th, 2028. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? Motion carries. Thank you for that. Well, my favorite. So, moving on to filling vacant spots. It is, with great appreciation that, we, approve the appointment of Mr. Baldry to the village council. He is an exceptional candidate and, would like the opportunity to have him join us, twice a month on Tuesday nights.
Mr. President, I'll make a motion that we approve Steve Baldry, appointed to the village council for a term expiring,
November 20th, 2026.
thank you.
Support.
We have a motion with a second to approve the appointment of Mr. Stephen Baldry to village council to fill the remainder of the term expiring November 20th, 2026. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? Motion carries. Excellent. Great news.
Craig will be right back.
I'm gonna take a second to run some water.
We're moving too fast, sorry. Okay, while we're waiting, Brandy, what does phase 2 amount to on Irving?
Phase 2 was kind of replacing the old asbestos cement water line. That was an 8-inch pipe, so it was kind of a choke point for getting water from the elevated tank down into the system from that end, storage tank. And there were tank improvements, valve replacements, running a new line in there. That's basically a tying in.
And there's existing, that goes up through there as well.
But there's a booster pump station that comes right off there too. To serve that neighborhood up there.
Who says government is always inefficient?
Well, I had to do it then before I forgot, because otherwise it would have been 2 weeks and I wouldn't have had the computer rooms with all these, so anyway.
Fair enough. Feels like something I do.
All right, moving on to classification and compensation update.
Sure. So we had, Mr. Notley do a classification and compensation study about 3 years ago. And last year I brought you a quote for an updated, project. You suggested, I agreed to extend it a year this year instead, just to keep us, for lack of a better word, kind of honest with where we're at with everything. There are a couple of new positions that have not been studied yet. One being the Director of Community Economic Development. Doesn't walk back and forth. And then Cassie's position. And we would just want to make sure we're, within reason. I think we're in pretty good shape. However, I'm also the one that, works with the staff, makes, it's kind of like having a third party look at things is a little bit better to keep things honest that way, so.
Makes absolute sense. No sense being involved in something like this and go herkity jerkity, wait 5 years and then do it. I think this is a good strategy.
When did you plan on having this done?
Next fall, or no, spring, excuse me.
Okay.
Yeah, spring of 26.
I'll make a motion that we approve the proposal on classification and compensation study update for 2026.
In the amount of
In the amount of,
$8,500.
thank you, dear.
Support.
Motion with a second. Any further discussion? I do appreciate the 3 to 4 year, I don't know if 3 new positions requires an $8,500 study, but, things change, so,
Mhm.
and it's, if we could push that a little longer, it would be great, just to kind of give us a little bit of space, but that's a lot of money for just a few positions. It's totally justified to get a rate study done. I just think it's rather expensive
Yeah,
to.
and he'll do the rate study for everybody, obviously, and, it's one thing for me to sit across from the, staff and say, this is where the rates are, and they, well, you're full of crap, you don't know what you're talking about, whereas if, we have.
No study will save you from that.
Right,
And we're in a situation where prices of things are moving faster than wages.
We had a weird time that with inflation and cost of living, we definitely did. I don't disagree with it. But for sure. Anyway, we have a motion with a second to approve the updated proposal for municipal consulting services without benefits of $8,500 to be charged to the fiscal year 2026 budget to be done sometime this spring. We should probably do a roll call.
Richard Hamilton.
Aye.
John Osterbon.
Aye.
Tracy Gillespie. Robert Bishop.
Aye.
Mackenzie Peters. Kevin Smith.
Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you.
You're welcome. In your packet, there are boards and commissions, draft minutes for the DDA meeting of November 5th, draft minutes for planning commission meeting of November 6th, other informational items and correspondence for the DDA revenue and expenditures report, minutes for the housing commission, and other valuable information. Always encourage people to read through that. Moving on to public comment. Mr. Baldry. Just please state your name, address.
Steve Baldry, 312 Russell Street, four doors down from John.
You're not gonna read all that to us, are you? Okay.
I just, with respect to the water letter, I got one of those too. And wasn't it 2003 when they put in the new sewer on our street? I'm asking you, John, because you were there too.
Yeah, don't look at me.
At any rate, I myself had the contractor put in a new copper pipe at that time. Because homeowner experience tells me when somebody's that close, you just do it, you know, versus having Jim Bloom come and tear your yard up, everything else later on. So in the case of our house, we're all copper. We don't have any galvanized, we don't have anything. But the house has been already plumbed. It's PEX and copper. I mean, we don't have anything yet. So I'm sure there's other ones on that street too. Nobody ever asked us that question. You know, so I would maybe throw that out there, maybe ask the residents to get your answers quicker. Enough of that. I just want to say thanks for the appointment. When I left council last fall, I was already on the ZBA, and Doug Powers said, well, we have to have some training every couple of years. So he put me into civil planning, and I took that course. And actually for the ZBA portion of it, it was quite interesting for everything, for planning and zoning and everything. So I finished that, and then I took the test for master planner, and I passed that. But now I have to do like a 30-minute presentation to a board, you know, to kind of, myself, I'm gonna focus on the Fifth Amendment, because I have personal experience with that. So if you remember when they did State Street, they took a chunk of our corner and they redid the water splash and all that type of thing. So that'll be part of my presentation here. So anyway, I just want to warn you down the road, I'm going to need 30 minutes. So other than that, I'm happy to be back. I look forward to working with everybody. Ms. Rhonda, good to see you again.
Good to see you.
So, thanks.
Thank you. Final council comments. Mr. Bishop.
I am currently in contact with someone. Every year, they do a thing called the Peace Light, where they go and they light a candle in the grotto in Bethlehem where Jesus was born, and then they spread it around the world. They're not doing the full trip this year because of unrest in the area, but I am going to be collecting from someone that's, you know, a keeper of the light. They keep it year round. So I'm going to be collecting from someone like that. If anyone is interested in sharing the flame around, that's something that I will have around to offer. So.
With Thanksgiving, I'm really thankful for this year. I'm thankful to be here. Experiencing a heart attack and all that kind of stuff. I feel great. We have a lot to be thankful for. This board is running smoothly. I don't want to talk too long because we've already passed our record.
I tried.
But I'm just thankful for a great team in the office. Craig, all the gals.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All set. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. I hope they have a wonderful and blessed weekend. don't eat too much stuffing. And,
No promises.
and just looking forward to continuing the momentum. I'm very excited that Mr. Baldry is on board, and we'll probably do another pointed topic here soon, I'm sure. So very thankful for the board we have and the direction we're headed and all the things that we're getting done. So with that, I believe a motion is in order.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Or we have a motion with support. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
I don't remember the 2003 State and Russell intersection. I think that was Myers.